I'm not particularly proud of this video. I think I could probably do it much better if I scrapped it all and started from the beginning. But at the moment, I just don't have time. A few things go wrong, it's too long, but hopefully someone somewhere will find this useful. With that said, hello and welcome to what I'm hoping is going to be the first in a series of videos talking about the prizes available in the North Wales Carnage Cup. The first one I want to talk about today, guys, is the first place prize, the Champion of the Carnage. This has been sponsored by a joint Russian and German company called Punga. They've made some absolutely beautiful things. They've got a range of kind of dog D&D type characters at the moment. They've donated their Magma team to us, so I'm going to talk through that now. Okay, the team arrived in a box. The box was in an envelope and the box was fairly battered. I was warned this might happen. It looks like Russian Post weren't as careful with it as they could have been. But inside the box was a lot, and I mean a lot, of bubble wrap, and that was protecting individual bags. So each guy's in a bag. There has been one or two small bits that have come off. Doesn't look like it would take long to fix at all. I mean, no harder than building any kind of normal kit type sort of fix level. But it does mean with everyone being in their own little bag that they're all intact, so you know who's who. So this is one of the linemen. I thought I'd start with the linemen. They look like they're just going to be super duper easy to put together. Little bit of trimming, little bit of gluing, maybe a tiny bit of sort of filling, but I don't think so. I've been playing war games for years and years, and these are just about the cleanest casts I've ever seen. I've got, Games Workshop Finecast. I've seen Forge World. I've got Forge World, and these are much better than Finecast, and I think better than Forge World too. Definitely, when I started buying Forge World, some of the newer kits have been good quality, but these are as good, if not better, than anything I've seen. Particularly for a smaller company, they are absolutely, I'm not sure how well it's coming through, but they're absolutely crisp, clean. Yeah, there's a bit of cleanup, but nothing too great. They're all really characterful models. So these linemen, I don't know whether you can see, but they've kind of got like a little fur, I'm not entirely sure what to call it, but they're like a little fur sash almost. So the linemen have fur sashes. Makes them easy to tell apart from the other guys. When we get to the other guys, I'll show you the sort of thing they have. So most of these guys are sort of two, 3-part kits. It looks like the arms are mostly the separate bits. This is the first time I've had them out the bags, actually, most of them. But you can see that one just clicked together. Fairly sturdy. They're going together really easily. I genuinely really like this team. I mean, so much so I'm planning on buying one. About half the people in my local league play Orcs, so Orcs has never really been a team that I've considered getting, just because everyone else is playing them. But after seeing these, it's just, it really is a wonderful team. So that's the linemen, all 5 of them, if you've been keeping count. Next on to possibly my favourite positional in the Orc team, the Goblin. This one, more bits than the others. This is kind of a really nice, small, detailed little fellow. He's got some little feathers and things on his head. All those have survived intact. He had 1 or 2 tusky things that are separate, and I think they were meant to be separate, but there was another bit somewhere. It just looks like that's a little bit of arm that the hands then goes onto, and that does appear to have come off, which is unfortunate, but it should not take long to fix. Most of this that's come off, I mean, that just looks like a little bit of flashing, but I'm going to make sure it's all back in the bags it came out of. Well, almost all. I mean, they're just powdery bits. So that's a goblin specifically designed for the Magma team, and this is a more kind of generic goblin if he comes out of his bag. So again, beautiful, clean, crisp cast. I'm sorry if I'm pointing the camera at the wrong bit. This is the first time I've tried anything like this. I've got a fairly short window of opportunity whilst my youngest is asleep. Hopefully, if you can hear strange noise behind me, that's her baby monitor, and my oldest is at football. So on now to the blockers. The linesman had the kind of fur sash, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. These have more of a kind of traditionally furry cape type thing, shouldery cape. Is it police they're called? No, they're the sort of half coat things, aren't they? I can't remember. So again, these guys all have weapons. They look nice and savage and fierce. They do not look like the sort of thing you want to be meeting down in dark alley at night. Beautiful, clean, crisp casts on every model. There's just the individual strands of fur in this cape. They're all wonderful. They've all come out in perfect detail. There's none of that kind of bleed from one bit to another that you kind of sometimes get. But they're beautiful. Some of them, this one has kind of like spiky knuckle dusters. I don't really need to get every single one out of the bag, I suppose. Another one. Now this is cool. So this has got a sort of swordfish fin, fin, snout, whatever, swordfish sword as a sort of arm weapon-y type thing. The place you've got the almost daggery type things on the Games Workshop models, they've got those. These baby food bowl. These are about the same scale as the Games Workshop models, maybe slightly bigger. I do not have anything from the current Games Workshop range to compare it to built up. The closest I've got is that's the frame for the new Intercessor Marines. And pause whilst I go and deal with my crying baby. Okay, so sorry about that. Good news is I don't have to worry about a small child being asleep upstairs, and hopefully there shouldn't be any strange music coming from a baby monitor anymore. That's because she's now staring at me from the sofa. I guess that makes her my executive producer or something. Anyway, as I was saying, so these are the Primaris Marines. Kind of about the same size, about sort of head shorter than the Primaris Marine. So time to have a look at the Blitzers now. They kind of go together the same as the other ones. Two arms going into the two armholes. The one example I pick up to show you, there's a small mat clean-up work that's going to be needed to do before that's going to go in. But these guys have... that's my co-pilot over there. These guys have weapons in each hand. They're really nice looking guys. So again, beautiful models, all of them. Now these, because they're the Magma tribe, they have this kind of magma-y, I don't know, tribal, not magma-y, design round the shoulders, and they also have some masks that can go on them. I'll show you those in a bit. And looks like I'm stuck in there again. So, new challenge, can I record the rest of this video one-handed as the small child is in the other hand? you're going to be quiet for this. Okay, good. So, again, I'm not going to take these out of the bag. Same as the last guys, they are beautiful. So, with this, it's 4 of the blitzers. So this is one of these cases where there's been a slight bit of damage. His foot came off in the post. I really don't think Punga can have been expected to do much more to protect these guys. They were packed really well. So this guy is a kicking blitzer. So his little foot goes there and off he goes, kicking the ball. I guess if you wanted to, you could use him as with one of the goblins as a sort of standing crack and grumbleberry. So this is one of my 2 favourites on this team. A little while ago, the podcast Boneheads, well worth a listen to, ran a competition to design a star player. And this was, I actually submitted quite a few entries, but this was one of the guys I used as the basis for my entries. This is a totem troll. So it's kind of a shaggy pile of amalgamated bits almost. I really like, again, this model. It's nice, it's characterful, it adds something to the team's story, as it were. We ran our own competition here at the North Wales Carnage Cup, and that was to write rules for this guy. So this is Moe. I guess with this one you can kind of see possibly where some of the inspiration came from. A certain well-loved recent Pixar movie. So as part of the first place prize, you will not only be getting this team and a box to keep it in, but you'll be getting the card with the rules for Moe that was done as part of that competition. So that competition was run jointly between myself and the Two Drunk Flings podcast. The Two Drunk Flings judged the entry. I've sent these entries off, the winning entry off, and it's currently, I've just heard word today that the cards are in the post. This is a shaman, so either a wizard, head coach model. I really like sideline staff. This is, a cheerleader. It's absolutely beautiful. It's kind of rugged and savage, and it looks like it fits in with the rest of the orcs. The quality of this video has dropped since I picked her up, I think. I'm really sorry about that. But this is the last little bag I want to talk about. This has some pretty cool bits in. So let's spread them out. Okay, first of all, we have the masks. So these are the masks that the blitzers wear. Sculpted face, so they don't need the masks, but they're a nice little optional extra that can give your team a bit of variety. They give them character. So I quite like those. Then we've got, sorry, my little one's trying to grab all the wires. We've got some balls and a squig. So the squig, I'm guessing, can be a ball squig. There are rules for ball squigs after all. A puffer fish ball. It's meant to be a kind of Polynesian based team. And so why not have puffer fish ball? This is the squig. I'm hoping some of this is actually in focus. And this looks like basically the orc took a rock in focus. And this looks like basically the orc took a rock, wrapped a bit of string around it, called it ball. Because, orc. I'm going to put these tokens in the middle. So these are your reroll tokens. Again, they've kind of got that Polynesian art feel to them. Coins with fish on, basically. Really nice tokens. And this one is the last guy. He's kind of a totemy. Yep, guess what I've got in my arms? A totemy rock thing. It's got a human skeleton chain to it. Just a lovely turn marker, or whatever other mark you want. Of course, anyone coming to the North Wales Carnage Cup will be getting a set of North Wales Carnage Cup markers. Right, so as well as the team and the rules cards for Moe, the winner will be getting a KR multi-case box. So this was supplied by KR. Oh dear. This was supplied by KR Multicase. They gave me a discount on it as it was being bought for the tournament, which is very, very kind of them. It does have a foam topper somewhere, but I can't reach it whilst I've got her. And you've got all the bases too. The larger guys have larger bases, and you've got the 32mm bases for the regular guys. Now the larger guys will fit on 32mm bases, but if you just wanted something a bit cool to base them on, they can easily go up to the next size up. And with the newer, larger Blood Bowl pitch, they should fit okay. So this is the biggest character. The Moe star player isn't as big, but you can see it fits nicely on that big. I'm guessing that's a 50mm base, and 32 is just going to hang over slightly. It will fit though. Okay, I apologise for the technical difficulty that is currently squiggling in my arms. I think she's got a bit of a cold, a bit of a snuffle, does not want to go to sleep, and this was basically the only time I had a chance to film it, to get it edited, to get it up before I'm going to be really busy with half term and work and all those other fun things. So I wanted to get this done tonight, and this was the only way I could do it. Anyway, thank you very much for bearing with this horrible video, and hopefully I will have more soon, and I will be slightly more prepared, and I won't have to put up with my little daughter being wriggling. Thank you for watching, and good night.